What's good, guys? Welcome back to the full card predictions of Whittaker versus Rainer the Raider. You guys know me. Every Sunday we do this. So if you guys haven't already, guys, just give me a like. We're just going to give a quick recap, talk about UFC 318, and then we're going to go right into it. Carly Judas gets a beautiful KO over Kalari. Beautiful, beautiful KO. I can't wait to see Carly Judas back. Ferreira gets a submission on McVeigh. Beautiful McVeigh. Don't worry, you will get a win in the UFC. Do not worry. Span, beautiful submission over Brzezinski. Let's go, Span. Crew. Beautiful, beautiful performance against Bracknell. I believe he subbed him as well. Beautiful, beautiful performance from Jimmy Crute as well. Fulgi versus Dolokhov, beautiful KO as well. Dolokhov, we were on an absolute tear. We were going like 6-0, 6-0 already. Atabakutiyar with the first round finish. Ataba, I can't wait to see you fight. And if there's anybody that would actually like you to fight at middleweight, I would like Ataba to get it back in blood for my boy Roman Kopylov. Ataba versus Roman Kopylov. Actually, Ataba versus Paulo Costa. But obviously, you know, more than likely that fight's not going to happen. But I would like to see Ataba versus Paulo Costa. Let's do it. Prado versus Nikolai Vernatinikov. Obviously, Prado was just selling. You know, he was able to get him down. You know, selling in the reversals and the exchanges over and over again. Prado's the guy who, you know, I think will probably fade from now on. Maybe he'll win his next fight, but he's a win-lose type of guy. Allen, beautiful performance over Vittori. I did not like how he mentioned his own brother. You know, I thought it was a little weird. Allen, you won already, bro. He's like, oh, where's my brother? Where's my brother? But come on, man. Like, there's a time and place. Read the room. Read the room. Allen got fight of the night with Vittori. I guess that's how it is. Oliveira, beautiful performance. He did lose the first round against Phillips, and he was, you know, having his hands low, kind of going out to the side, getting hit out to the side. But then he adjusted. I believe he dropped Phillips. Very good performance from Oliveira. I cannot wait to see what's next from you. We'll be talking about because Said Nurmagomedov's on this card. And Johnson just destroys Zellhuber. Zellhuber he has a glass jaw. Zellhuber has a glass jaw. You know, every time you hit Zellhuber, you know, he gets rocked. And Zellhuber doesn't move his head if his life depended on it. And that body straight to the body has Zellhuber's stomach all red. Ige can't defend a takedown if his life depended on it. And he's making the UFC look bad. Losing to a journeyman in Patricio Pitbull. I know we got the belt in Bellator, but come on, Pitbull's not going to crack top 5 in the featherweight division. Come back if he does. Holland cannot win if his life depended on it as a favorite or a massive favorite, and Holland loses to D-Rod. Rightfully so, and Kopylov disappointed me the most. Kopylov was getting hurt by Paulo Costa, and something I didn't expect, but you know Costa's going to bring it. Costa, beautiful performance from Costa. And we have to give it to Costa. Costa brought it. He brought it. And then Holloway, beautiful, beautiful performance from Max Holloway. The best is blessed, baby. Let's go. We got it back for Rush. If I had to trade a Kopylov loss for Max Holloway win, then so be it. But I will say, guys, one thing's for sure. We got it back for Rush. Rush was crying the second time that these two fought. Poirier won. And then Max Holloway, he spared Poirier. You know, in the second round, he had him flying out. I believe he dropped him, had him flying out. Could have taken the neck, could have finished him ground and pound, but he spared Dustin Poirier, and it ended up costing him in that second round because Dustin Poirier dropped him in that same round. Beautiful performance from both of these guys, and I'm glad that it went the distance because I needed that over 4.5. So let's go. Let's talk about the bets. Only 2 bets were hit. Obviously, it was a rough night, but I will say we ended up still going positive, so here we go. Under 1.5 in the Atabakutiyar by KO. I figured if he's going to win by KO, minus 105. Got it, light little 25, 148, and then this one, I lost on Kopylov. I had Kopylov by points, 25, and I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of every single week. If it's not to share, you know, I saw Jason Herzog as the referee. I was like, fuck. He's going to stop it early. But one thing I like about Max is, you know, he's very good at point fighting, and I believe, in my honest opinion, I think he spared Dustin Poirier, especially in the later rounds, especially in a position where he flattened Dustin Poirier out and he could have finished him. I really do believe that Max spared Dustin Poirier in order for them to have a good fight, and I think that they should have got fight of the night. So I had to go with the over 4.5. This was before I saw Jason Herzog as the ref. I was like, fuck. GG's. But I went heavy on the over 4.5 because I was losing. I believe Zellhuber cost all my parlays. All my parlays crashed. And then Kopylov cost all my parlays as well. So you know what? I was like, fuck it, man. Every single week is the same shit. So you know what? Fuck it. Let's go big or go home. Fuck it. I'm tired of this shit. Every single week, a massive favorite. Like, D-Rod went, like, it's like every week there's always somebody that busts your parlay, so I'm tired of that. Let's just go straight. Let's go heavy. Let's go. Like, if it's on blackjack and I'm putting it all on blackjack, let's go. So, beautiful performance. Let's go, my guy, Max Holloway. Thank you for letting me get the over 4.5, Max Holloway and Dustin, because I feel like both of them were holding back a little bit. But let's get into the breakdown, guys, without further ado. Let's go. Maybe being the most active fighter in the entire roster is not a good thing because, there's a lot of tape on you and, a lot of wear and tear on the body. I had to take that into consideration with Kevin Holland fight, and I didn't. I just skipped right over it. So I got to take a little bit more consideration into activity this time around. Let's go. Martin Buday, Marcus Buchecha. We got a beautiful card, 12-fight card. It shouldn't take too long. Let's go. Without further ado, let's stop gish galloping. Martin Buday is back against Marcus Buchecha. Marcus, welcome to the UFC, my guy. He's making his UFC debut. Plus 186 for Martin Buday. Marcus is a minus 260. Brand new fight right here. Welcome to the UFC, Marcus. Martin Buday is the underdog here at 33 years old. He is 4-1 out of his last 5. His most recent loss being to Shamil Gaziev by KO and punches. Martin Buday has good power, 11 stoppage wins, throws with the intent to finish, has a negative striking differential, but he's on a 2-fight win streak, beating Andrei Arlovski and on short notice with a 29-28 win over Uran Satibaylev. Correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I know I did. Matched up against Marcus Buchecha. Marcus is a Brazilian at 6'3", has an 80-inch reach. His most recent loss is at one championship. He lost to Umar Kane by decision. Marcus has 4 subs in the first round, 1 win by KO. He has a 100% finish rate, almost like Jackson McVeigh. Jackson McVeigh was coming in against Bruno Ferreira with a 100% finish rate, and Jackson McVeigh is the one that gets finished. Marcus is a BJJ beast looking to snatch something up. His striking isn't the best, but he does shoot a lot over and over. You guys know, BJJ nerd, has to get the fight to the ground, has to wrestle. I don't want him butt scooting at all. I don't care, BJJ, I don't care, no butt scooting, none of that. But if he can get this fight to the mat, he can start working. The pick is going to be Marcus. Low confidence. I do think Martin Buday can hang, defend a couple of takedowns, and survive and weather the storm. The pick is going to be Marcus for now. I'm going to go Marcus Buchecha by sub, but he's very one-dimensional. He might get picked apart. I might pick flip, but for now, I'm going to go Marcus for the dub. Let's go, my guy Marcus. And majority of Tapology is going by submission, but remember, guys, majority Tapology had Zoe Huber, majority Tapology had Kevin Holland, and majority Tapology had Roman Kopylov. So don't look at this and automatically think that it's a go. I think Martin Buday might be able to pick him apart from the outside, but I'm going Marcus for submission. Now let's go. Mohammad Yahya is back against Stephen Nguyen. Mohammad Yahya versus Stephen Nguyen. This is a good fight. No odds for this fight yet, so bear with me. Yahya is being fed to the wolves over and over again. Yahya is 31 years old, 12-5 overall. I will say, many believe that Yahya should be cut from the UFC. I think this performance will depend on whether he's cut or not. Maybe he gets another fight. Excuse me, he is 3-2 out of his last 5. Yahya has low hands, waits for the opening, low volume, okay chin. 0-2 in the UFC, losing to Trevor Peek and Kyle Fernandez by KO. No shame into losing Kyle Fernandez. I believe Kyle has a win over Guram Kutsaladze. Matched up against Stephen Nguyen. Very well-rounded, great footwork with great straight down the middle. He is 9-2 overall, 3-2 out of his last 5, coming off of a decision loss to Jarno Arons. Stephen has 4 wins by KO, 3 subs in the first, and 2 wins by decision. Stephen lost his UFC debut, but give me Stephen Nguyen to get the dub. I like Stephen to win by KO or on points. You guys know I love that double chance. Let's go. Let's get your first one in the UFC, Stephen. I'm going to go Stephen. It feels weird kind of saying Stephen. I feel like I should call him Steve. But give me Stephen Nguyen for the dub. Let's go, my guy. I like KO on points. One thing I'll agree with Tapology is that double chance. I love that. Let's go, my guy. Stephen Nguyen for the dub. Let's go. Now, Aslan. Aslan is back against Billy Elekana. This is going to be a very good scrap. One thing I will say is the matchmakers know what they're doing with these types of fights. Sorry, guys, if that was a little too loud. I accidentally dropped my phone on the mat. Sometimes when I drop my phone, it makes a little bit of a bing, 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 like a big noise, so I don't try to do that on purpose. Minus 275 for Aslan. Billy Elekana plus 235. Aslan got fraud checked his last time out. He couldn't get up if his life depended on it, and you guys know if we're in a cage, if you guys are fighting till the death, Aslan would have died last time out. He couldn't get up. Aslan is very heavy-handed, forward pressure striker, good hooks, good straights. He's only 14-2, doesn't want to wrestle, but he does have it in his back pocket. He can mix in a takedown if needed. But it feels like Aslan has cardio issues. Very, very bad cardio issues. He's only 29 years old, 2-1 in the UFC, 6'3", 77.5-inch reach. He just needs to put it all together. I hope he's been working on his grappling because it will be tested here. Matched up against Billy Elekana. Billy gave it all his last fight. In his UFC debut, no shame in losing. Billy Elekana is the perfect matchup to test eyeball. Billy is 6'2", 77-inch reach. Billy is a beast. And if he can perform And weather the storm, he can definitely win this fight. Billy needs to grapple heavy in order to win. Mix it up as well. Don't gas. I believe against Bogdan Guskov, he did get a little bit tired. The pick is going to be super low confidence. Super low confidence. Eyeball Aslan. Eyeball's tricky. He has cardio issues. He has a massive hole in the wrestling department. But the pick is going to be Eyeball Aslan by KO. Maybe in over 1.5. Because we know Billy Elekana was able to survive and weather the storm early for a little bit against Bogdan Guskov until he got finished in that fight. Give me Eyeball Aslan by KO. I'm going to go round 2 KO. Well, you guys know Billy Elekana is a very good dog. Let's go Eyeball Aslan for the dub. Now, Amanda Ribas is back against Tabatha Ricci. This is going to be one of those fights where it's very important for the division, especially at 115. I will say the matchmakers know exactly what they're doing with this card. Minus 145 for Amanda Ribas, Tabatha Ricci plus 125. This is a pretty good scrap. In fact, it's a pretty fight. Two pretty ladies going at it. Yeah! Amanda Ribas is tough. She's in a tough scrap here. At 115, I think this will be very competitive. Honestly, I believe that Amanda Ribas should have been at 115 her entire career. But maybe the weight cut. Maybe, there was opportunities at 125. Amanda Ribas has a positive striking differential. I think Ribas should have stayed at 115 her entire career. Ribas has decent takedown defense as well. Ribas is coming off of the submission loss to Mackenzie Dern. I believe there was only 2 seconds left. Let me double check. She decided to wrestle when she really didn't have to. 3 seconds left into round 3. A very competitive fight. No shame to lose it to Mackenzie. She's very good at BJJ as well. Ribas is only 31 years old, a bit chinny, and is 2-3 out of her last 5. Amanda Ribas' last most recent wins. Her most recent wins are Luana Pinero and Vivian Araujo. So, take that into consideration. Take that with a grain of salt. Matched up against Tabatha Ricci. Ricci is only 30 years old, coming off a loss to Yan Shannan. Prior to that, she beat both Teisha Torres, or Tisha Pennington, and Angela Hill. But she lost a split to Lupita Godinez. Prior to those 2 wins, she lost to Lupita Godinez in a very competitive fight. Ricci is very athletic, very explosive, strong. But she's dating Callum Walsh, and I know a lot of people are going to say that because she's dating Callum Walsh, she's falling in love with the striking department, she's falling in love with her hands. Ricci is 11-3 overall. I like it when Ricci grapples. Sometimes she can struggle to get the fight down, but even when she holds her opponents against the fence, she's very top-heavy. She's very strong, as you see in her biceps as well. Ricci needs to work. She needs to wrestle. Amanda Ribas is no longer in her prime, in my honest opinion. I feel like Amanda Ribas is a little bit on the decline, but we never know. Amanda Ribas could still win this fight. Ricci is more technical. Ribas is more technical, and she has good BJJ, and she has the takedowns. Ricci needs to go back to her roots and grapple. Don't just start boxing for the entire 3 rounds. I like Ricci by decision. The pick is going to be Tabatha Ricci. I know Ricci's smaller. She has a 5-inch reach disadvantage, but she has good pressure, great cage control, cardio, and she's an athletic beast. Give me Tabatha Ricci, 29-28, unanimous decision. I will say, though, this might be a little sneaky play for Amanda Ribas. Damon Blackshear versus Davey Grant. This is going to be a very good scrap as well. One thing about Damon Blackshear, he's very active. Very active. My bad, guys. Damon Blackshear, minus 265. Davey Grant, plus 200. This is going to be one of those fights where I think this is a very good fight for both of these guys. Damon Blackshear's on a tear. He's on a 3-fight win streak, beating Cody Stamann by rear naked, Cody Gibson by Kimura, and most recently a decision win over Alatangi. Damon is 17-7-1 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. He's 5-3 in the UFC. His only losses in the UFC are to Montel Jackson, Mario Batista, and Farid Basharat. Blackshear is very athletic. His bread and butter is in the grappling, matched up against Davey Grant. I will say, though, Cody Gibson was kind of giving him a little bit of issues. Matched up against Davey Grant. Davey Grant was supposed to fight Willie Cat Santos, but that fight fell through. Grant is very well-rounded. At 39 years old, he doesn't look anywhere near it when he's in that cage, especially in his most recent outing against Roman Tavares 7 months ago. Grant is very technical in his own way, very experienced, 13 fights in the UFC. I remember when Grant fought Rafael Assunção and he subbed him with an inverted triangle. That was absolutely amazing, and I love watching Davey Grant fight. He's always in for a scrap. I remember when Davey Grant fought Chito Vera as well. If Grant gets dropped, he still stays composed. Volume is on his side. He just put a beating on Tavares. We need Blackshear to start early. You cannot start slow against Davey Grant because Davey Grant's going to start working right off the rip. I'm going to go Blackshear. The pick is going to be Blackshear by submission on points. Blackshear, do not get timid. You have to work off the jump. Give me Blackshear by submission on points. I like him for the dub. But guys, how many times am I going to fade Davey Grant? Am I going to lose fading Davey Grant? Against Roman Tavares, I pick Roman Tavares. I can't keep fading Davey Grant, but obviously Father Time does get to us all. Damon Blackshear by submission on points. Let's go, my guy. Let's go. Now, this is going to be another good one as well. Muslim Salikhov plus 285. Carlos Leal minus 400. Carlos Leal has fought in Abu Dhabi before. His last time out, not his last time out. The last time he fought in Abu Dhabi was against Renat Fakardinov. I believe he's going to be ready. He's going to be acclimated. He already went to Abu Dhabi. I think he's ready this time around as well. He performed very well his last time out as well, that he was in Abu Dhabi. Since that close fight against Renat, he just knocked out Alex Moreno brutally 4 months ago. Overall, Leal is 31 years old. Pimples all over his back and chest. If he's Kamaru Usman, you guys know. If you know, you know. But Leal is 3-2 out of his last 5, looking to make it 2 wins in a row with the win over Salikhov. Leal has very heavy hands, very good Muay Thai striker. He can get hit with low kicks pretty often, but he does have the wrestling in his back pocket as well. Matched up against Master Shifu, the king of Kung Fu, Muslim Salikhov. At 21-5, he is 41 years old. Muslim Salikhov reminds me of Master Shifu from Kung Fu Panda. He's Master Shifu, the king of Kung Fu. But he's on a 2-fight win streak, beating Santiago Ponzinibbio and most recently a beautiful spinning wheel kick over Kenan Song. Muslim is very good, very technical. Muslim lands a lot of significant strikes. The way he did Song Kenan was absolutely insane. But Father Time does get to us all. Muslim has very unorthodox striking, very clean, very smooth. But the pick is going to be Carlos Leal. Carlos Leal to pressure, work. Avoid the technical output from Salikhov. And Carlos Leal, you better be ready for that spin kick because you know the king of Kung Fu is going to throw that. Give me Carlos Leal by KO on points. Good parlay piece. Let's go, my guy, Carlos Leal. Let's go. I cannot wait for that fight. Master Shifu. Bryce Mitchell versus Said Nurmagomedov. This is going to be a banger scrap. Minus 110 for Bryce Mitchell. Said Nurmagomedov minus 110. Bryce Mitchell is back, making his 135-pound debut. Bryce just got choked out unconscious 3 months ago. All of Bryce's losses come by finish. He got knocked out by Josh Emmett, submitted on The Ultimate Fighter by Brad Katona in an exhibition bout, got subbed against Topuria, and John Silva submitted him as well. This guy can't defend a sub if his life depended on it. I don't know about this. This is very sketchy. You guys know I'm a big Bryce Mitchell fan. Bryce is only 30 years old, very young, and still new to the game. Some of my favorite Bryce Mitchell performances are Edson Barbosa, Dan Ige, and Kron Gracie. He's very good at controlling. He took down Topuria as well. And I know a lot of people are going to mention that as well. Topuria, he took down Topuria. I feel like every time we talk about Bryce Mitchell, we talk about the Topuria fight. Throw the Topuria fight out the window. He lands less than 3 strikes per minute because he shoots right off of the rip. He works for subs, but he always values control over submission. His loss to Gene Silva might be the reason he's at 135. Matched up against Said Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov is long. He uses his height and reach to his full advantage. At 18-4, Said Nurmagomedov has a bit of cardio issues. He is 7-3 overall in the UFC, 3-2 out of his last 5. Only 2 most recent losses are to Jonathan Martinez and Vinicius Oliveira. We just saw Oliveira beat Kyler Phillips in a very good fight. So Oliveira is very good. No shame. Said has decent takedown defense, good high kicks overall, and kicks overall. On the ground is Said's bread and butter. He has more wins by guillotine more than anyone else in the bantamweight division. Against Oliveira, he won a round, but he couldn't handle the pressure, and he gassed terribly. Kind of like Greg Hardy, he needs an inhaler in between rounds. Very tough fight to pick. Bryce has that Arkansas wrestling. Said has been taken down 11 times in the UFC. Bryce more than likely can get him down. It's just that Bryce, you better watch that neck because you know that this guy's going to jump a ghillie. But I never seen Bryce Mitchell make 135. The weigh-ins will be very important. Friday last-minute prediction video is going to be very important for this case. The pick is going to be Bryce Mitchell. Low confidence. Super low confidence. I might pick flip, but if Bryce doesn't look good on the scales, if Bryce, like Chidi Nchikwani against Jake Matthews, Chidi missed weight and he got bullied in the first round. If Bryce misses weight, I'm going to pick flip to Said Nurmagomedov. That depends. It all depends on how he looks on the scale. Bryce Mitchell's going to be the pick. Give me Bryce Mitchell for the dub. I like Bryce Mitchell by decision. Come on, Bryce Mitchell. Show him what you got. And I believe if he can make the weight, if he can get it all together, if he can sharpen all his tools, I will say it's a fast turnaround. He just fought 3 months ago. 3 months ago. Very fast turnaround. But if he can make the weight, and he can establish himself at 135. I think 135 is a very good division for him. Let's go Bryce Mitchell for the dub. Nikita Krylov versus Bogdan Guskov. This is going to be a very good fight as well. Krylov minus 200, Bogdan Guskov plus 154. Krylov has been fighting the who's who for a while. At 30 wins, 10 losses, he is only 33 years old. He's only won 2 fights that went to decision. Krylov, that being. He is 11-8 in the UFC. He's been fighting in the UFC since 2014. 14 subs in the first, 2 subs in the second, and 12 wins by KO. Krylov has decent takedowns. Krylov is well-rounded, good striking, matched with good forward pressure, as well as he always works. But he's coming off of that KO loss to Dom Reyes. No shame into losing to Dom at all. It happens. Matched up against Bogdan Guskov. Guskov is 32 years old, 3-1 in the UFC. His only loss is to Volkan Oezdemir, which is going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. It's going to get tricky because Krylov has a win over Volkan Oezdemir. He's on a 3-fight win streak, finishing all of his last 3 opponents: Zach Polga, Ryan Spann, and Billy Elekana. He does leave his hands low, good forward pressure. He has very devastating power as well, and the wrestling is the backup plan. He can grapple, good control. He just subbed Billy, but he was facing a lot of adversity in that Billy Elekana fight. But Bogdan was taken down early, and his ground game needs work. When he's getting controlled, Bogdan did face adversity his last time out. Bogdan was struggling with a guy making his UFC debut. Krylov can wrestle here and has a path to victory. Krylov has high fight IQ as well. Krylov does have a win over Volkan Oezdemir. Bogdan lost to Oezdemir. MMA math doesn't always work. But the pick is going to be Guskov. I'm going to go Guskov, low confidence. I think momentum is very important in the UFC as well. One thing we have to mention, guys, sorry if I'm scratching my nose. I don't know what. I don't know if it was the tissue or something, but something's making my nose itch. One thing about Bogdan Guskov, guys, is he has momentum. He's on a 3-fight win streak, and I know, it's against, a guy who's making his UFC debut, Ryan Spann, and Billy Elekana, and Zach Polk, who's no longer in the UFC. I do favor momentum a lot, guys. I think Bogdan Guskov should be able to win this fight. ITD, one thing, I don't think this fight's going to go the distance. I like Bogdan ITD by submission or KO. Let's go, my guy. But Krylov does have a path to victory if he can wrestle. If Krylov can wrestle, man, he has a massive, massive path to victory. Now, the UFC is thinking that this is going to be a banger scrap. Jose Ochoa versus Almabayev. I cannot wait to see this scrap. Almabayev minus 105. Jose Ochoa minus 115. This is a short notice fight for Jose Ochoa. We know Ramazan was supposed to be here, but he popped. His cycle wasn't going to be clean in time. I believe in all reality, Ramazan popped. I mean, he didn't pop, but I believe it was like a cream medication. Yada, yada, yada. Mazar Evloev pulled out as well. Also, Almabayev suffered his first loss in the UFC. Also, is only 31 years old, coming off of that loss to Manel Cap. He is 4-1 out of his last 5, looking to bounce back into the win column. I didn't like how Manel Cap kept on swiping at Alsu's eye all day, constantly poking him, constantly swiping at his eye. Maybe he would have lost either way, but Manel Cap is a cheater. Also, Almabayev can be flashy at times, but his grappling is his bread and butter. He doesn't hunt subs. He can definitely capitalize on the opening if he sees one. Asu was getting pieced up against Cap, but I still think that he held his own in that matchup, although he got dominated. I think that he needed that matchup in order to be where he's at today. He can have a lot of success and control once on top. Matched up against short notice Jose Ochoa. Jose lost his UFC debut against Loner Kavanagh by decision. No shame, Loner Kavanagh is a beast. But recently, 1 month and 5 months ago, he knocked out Cody Durden brutally. We saw Jose have a great takedown defense. He's working on sharpening all of his tools. He has great takedown defense, great forward pressure. He fights the hands, matched with his volume as well. But he just gets tagged. He's gotten tagged before. That's how we know he's very durable. As seen in his fight with Kavanagh. I like also Almabayev to win the fight right here. The judges will be a massive factor. Abu Dhabi, robbery, Abu Dhabi, robbery, Abu Dhabi, robbery. Give me also Almabayev to get the job done. I like him by submission on points. But guys, Jose Ochoa is him. He's him. I just feel like it's a massive step up in competition. Give me also Almabayev for the dub. Let's go. Shara Bullet. Shara Magomedov is back against Marc-André Barriault. Minus 520 for Shara Magomedov. Marc-André Barriault plus 350. Shara got fraud checked against MVP. Suffered his first pro career loss to a way more versatile and experienced vet. No shame into losing to MVP. Shara only has one eye. So we got to give him his credit where it's due, guys. How many fighters in the UFC are fighting with only one eye? I think it's only one. Shara. is a very well put together striker. Shara is super flashy, very unique in everything he throws. Decent takedown defense. Shara is very durable. Against MVP, he couldn't find his path to victory. He had issues with that karate style. Matched up against Marc-André Barriault. Marc is being fed to the wolves over and over and over again after breaking a 3-fight losing skid. Marc just broke a 3-fight losing skid, beating Bruno Silva in brutal fashion. Marc-André is 35 years old, not as sharp and athletic as Shara, but it seems like this should be a good bounce back for Shara Bullet. I want Marc-André to have fun fights. Stop using him as a stepping stone. He's paid his dues already. I know, it's the game of the UFC, but I would like Marc-André Barriault to have a lot of more fun fights, or even if after the UFC can give Marc-André Barriault a good fight, a fight where it's winnable, a fight that's fair. I do think Marc-André Barriault is more fun when he has fun fights. Like, even against Bruno Silva, guys, Marc-André Barriault has fought the who's who. I believe he's fought Alex Pereira as well. Let me just double check. This guy's fought the who's who, guys. No, he hasn't. I'm getting him confused. I'm getting him confused with the other guy. Excuse me, guys. Sorry for that. He did not fight Alex Pereira. Excuse me for that, guys. I'm getting him confused, guys. Marc-André Barriault's tough, guys. I like Shara by KO on points. Marc-André Barriault's 6-8 in the UFC. I like Shara by 3rd round KO. Shara should style on him. Let's go. Shara Magomedov for the dub. Shara for the dub. Let's go. This is going to be a good one. Let's go. Shara Bullet for the dub. I'm going to go 3rd round TKO. Now, this is a crazy fight. This is going to be a banger. Petr Yan versus Marcus McGee. Petr Yan minus 400. Marcus McGee plus 285. Can't wait for this one. This is a banger. Banger co-main event. Banger. Petr Yan is 18-5 overall. He is 10-4 in the UFC. His only losses in the UFC are to Aljamain Sterling twice, Sean O'Malley, and Merab Dvalishvili. Petr Yan is on a 2-fight winning streak, beating Song Yadong and Davison Figueiredo. Looking to make it 3 in a row with a win over Marcus McGee. Petr Yan, he does start slow, but it seems like he's working on that issue. He has great wrestling, as seen in the Song Yadong fight in the 3rd round. It was 1-1 against Song Yadong. He needed to win that 3rd round, and he ended up taking down Song Yadong and winning that 3rd round. He has very good trips, very good sweeps, a great Muay Thai guard, averages 2 takedowns per fight, and he absolutely wiped the floor with Figgy. Matched up against Marcus McGee. Surprisingly, Marcus is the older fighter here. Number 3 ranked Petr Yan faces off against number 13 ranked Marcus McGee. Marcus McGee is on a 6-fight win streak, 4-0 in the UFC, 1-1 in LFA. Marcus has great wins over JP Buys, Gaston Bolanos, and Jonathan Martinez. But Jonathan Martinez messed up his legs bad in that 3rd round. Leg kicks will play a massive factor here. Body kicks, high kicks. He has a great takedown defense, good power, and excellent fight IQ. Marcus is the older fighter, struggles with kicks, and you can't coast against Petr Yan. He was coasting against Jonathan Martinez in that 3rd round. You're not going to get away with coasting against Petr Yan. You cannot coast against Petr Yan. Yan is too fast, too slick, and he blasts that low kick, and he's going to blast that body kick, and he also has the spinning wheel kick in his arsenal as well. Yan has almost double the experience. The pick is going to be Yan. Give me Petr Yan to win this fight. Petr Yan title run starts now. Let's go. Petr Yan for the dub. I'm going to go by 29-28, unanimous decision. Let's go, my guy, Petr Yan. Let's go. Robert Whittaker versus Reinier de Ridder. Robert Whittaker minus 172. Reinier de Ridder plus 134. Main event of the evening. Here we go. Drop a like if you guys haven't already. 28-minute gang. Main event. Is Robert going to get mauled, or does Robert get back in the win column? We know Robert Whittaker just recently had another kid as well. Robert Whittaker is the man, a company man, fights the who's who. And this guy saved, during COVID, he saved it. He saved it, you know. Guys like Holland, guys like Whittaker, there's a lot of these guys who, you know, saved 2020, you know, just with fun fights, fighting in front of no crowd. And, you know, as we're getting on and on, the guys who were saving 2020 are no longer consistently performing the way that they used to. But obviously, Father Time gets to us all. Here we go. This is a great test for RDR. Whittaker has had a phenomenal career fighting the who's who ever since he's been in the UFC. Whittaker is 34 years old, 17-6 overall in the UFC. Former champion, 3-2 out of his last 5, only losing to Dricus, and most recently, Khamzat Chimaev. He got finished in both of those fights, but no shame. Those guys, Khamzat's fighting for a belt. Those guys are going to be fighting each other for the champion at UFC 319. Whittaker has a great bounce karate style in and out movement, but he can be a bit chinny. Whittaker has been in the top 5 at middleweight for a long time. This is number 5 ranked middleweight versus number 12 ranked RDR. We got some massive step up in competition in the co-main and the main event. Whittaker doesn't have heavy power or finish ability, which can be a massive issue here. We know Whittaker finished Ikram Aliskerov in the first round, but that does not happen too often as for Whittaker. Whittaker doesn't normally finish his opponents in the first round, but he can find the finish. I see him as a dominant minute winner. He's a minute winner. There's moment winners and minute winners. I feel like Whittaker's a very good minute winner, very good point fighter. Khamzat is him. No shame into losing to Dricus and Khamzat. Whittaker will be undersized in this matchup. Whittaker can definitely have a path to success, defending the takedown attempts, surviving the storm. This is insanely hard matchup for Whittaker. Matchup against former 2 Division 1 FC champion, Beast, Reinier de Ridder. Reinier de Ridder's on a 4-fight win streak, beating Magomedov. I don't know how to pronounce this. Magomed Murad. He went to war with Gerald Meerschaert, but he subbed him. And he beat Kevin Holland in the first round. And most recently, one of his best wins yet, he TKO'd Bo Nickel with a crazy amount of volume and knees to the body. Reinier is 6'4". He's an absolute beast. He's a little bit of a weight bully in my honest opinion. His submissions are his bread and butter. 14 wins by sub, 4 wins by KO, and only 2 wins by decision. RDR got knocked out by the same guy in both of his losses. It's not just some guy. I made this mistake with the Bo Nickel fight. This is not just some guy, guys. This guy went after him. Anatoly Marlikin went after him. He went after him. He beat him the first time, and then he went after him for his second belt. So that's not just some guy. Let's find where I was at. Reinier 6'4". His submissions are his bread and butter. Beautiful. Beautiful. RDR got knocked. He did lose to the same guy. I believe RDR got dropped by Gerald Meerschaert. If it's striking for a bit too long, RDR can get tagged a little bit more than I'd like him to, but he is durable. He bullied Bo Nickel. I don't know why Bo Nickel jumped to Gilly, but he did. And it ended up, costing him in that fight. I think tit for tat, RDR is more durable than Whittaker. Whittaker gets dropped way too often. He's very good. He's very technical, and he could definitely win this fight. But Whittaker gets dropped way too often. He got dropped by Darren Till. He got dropped. Yoel Romero had him on skates. Izzy dropped him at the end of the first round in their first fight, and then he finished him in the second round. Even in their second fight against Israel Adesanya, Izzy dropped him in their second fight in the first round again. Dricus dropped Whittaker. I know it was like a flash jab, but he still dropped him. Dricus dropped Whittaker. Costa had him on skates. Almost every fight, Whittaker's chin is being tested. He does have great recovery, though. RDR isn't Khamzat, but Robert struggles with bullies. Skill-wise, Whittaker is miles ahead, but Father Time does get to us all. Reinier de Ridder is a weight bully who used to fight at 205. Don't let Robert Whittaker rush in, land, point fight, and go in and out style. You have to bring the war to Whittaker. Low confidence, the pick is going to be RDR, but this is going to be an absolute war, and I'm going to take RDR ITD, RDR by KO or submission, inside the distance. RDR by KO or sub is the play, but I would love for Whittaker to beat this weight bully up and style on him. 1-2 head kick Whittaker. We need that Whittaker back, but I'm going to go RDR, guys. Give me Reinier de Ridder. I'm going to go by KO or submission. Give me Reinier de Ridder for the dub. Let me know what you guys think, guys. Let me know what you guys got. We got 6 best bets in lock of the week. I was just thinking about it, guys. The 6-fight lock of the week streak actually didn't come through. The 7-fight lock of the week streak didn't come through. So we had a 6-fight lock of the week streak. That all came crashing down. We're going to come back this Wednesday. 6 best bets in lock of the week this Wednesday. One thing, you know what I say. The best thing about hitting rock bottom is that there's only one way up. And that's up, baby. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Give me RDR by KO or submission inside the distance. I hope you guys enjoyed this card, guys. Put your alarms because at 12 p.m., the card's going to start. I hope you guys enjoy this card. It's going to be a bang. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless. Peace. Hey, road to 2,500. We're like 3 subs away. Hit the bell. Hit the sub. Peace. Hey, the best is blessed, baby.